What is happening, Magnus? Before we jump into this video, I just want to let you know I will be discussing the whole Kanye West on Alex Jones thing. I ranted for a while on the whole thing. But what's funny is I did not go into exactly what happened on the show. Basically, Kanye West he was praising Hitler and Hitler's, I guess, accomplishments, and he likes Hitler and all this other stuff, and it got really out of hand, and he made Alex Jones uncomfortable. Yeah, I will post a link in the description box so you can go read the story. Now, for my rant. Somebody please tell me what the hell is going on with this dude. Like, I don't know. Look, I'm pretty much at a point to where I truly believe either he is insane, he's somewhere mentally sick, or he is just trying his best to cause as much controversy as possible. Because, I mean, people just don't go around talking like this. You get what I'm saying? Like, look, I get it, and you guys have heard me You've heard me speak about, how, like, not even, people aren't all bad or all good. Like, I remember even seeing something in it was a documentary on Hitler or something like that, where they had said something like he actually had some pretty good ideas for German society, and he wanted, one of the ideas I swear I remember was that he wanted every German family to have, and I think he was going to give it to them for free or something like that. He wanted every German family to have a Volkswagen Beetle. He wanted them all to have a car, and he was going to provide it, or at least make it easy for them to have it. And I was like, that's pretty nice. However, as great of an idea is, and how nice that would be of a government to do that, to give all everything else that the man did, it's like you have to word things a certain way when you're talking to people, especially when you're in the public eye. I mean, I don't, there's, certain people get props for being quote unquote real, but there's a line where you cross on real where it feels either you're insane or it feels like you're just trying to stir the pot. You're trying to cause controversy. You're just trying to start shit, or even you're doing self-sabotage. The worst thing would be if he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, think about that for a second. You talk to some people about mentally ill. A lot of times they'll tell you, listen, the mentally ill, even on several different degrees of mental illness, they don't know that they're mentally ill. The guy that's walking around saying, I'm crazy, I'll tear this place down, I'll burn this motherfucker up. He's not really crazy, he's angry, he's trying to scare people. But the dude walking in there just with a gas can, you know what I mean? Like that? Get what I'm saying? Like, I just did it because I wanted to see and feel the heat of flames and fire, because, you know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I don't even understand how the man thinks that he would win the presidency. And get Donald Trump to be his running mate and be his vice president. What? Like, first of all, Donald Trump's personality, he's not a vice president. He's either head honcho or not. That's the type of guy he is. You can tell. He's not being second fiddle to nobody. There's no... If that... I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a scenario. I was gonna say if that happens, I can't think of nothing. I'm like, I, I remember when Donald Trump was running. I was watching certain people, and they were like, "He's not gonna win. He's not gonna win." I'm like, y'all, and then he did. it would be crazier than that. It's crazy. Like when I first, because I really wasn't following everything with Donald Trump and his campaign and everything. I'm just seeing little tidbits here and there, seeing little things that people were saying that he said and all this other stuff, and it felt like a circus to me. And I've always explained to y'all that I feel like, the media is a circus and politics is a circus. But getting back to that, like it was like it felt silly to me. Something felt strange about his campaign. Even the frankness and realness of his speeches felt not political. But that's what worked. It was so real. He was being so, quote unquote, genuine that it just worked. People liked him, and he spoke to a certain demographic, and it worked, So, but I'm like, with the stuff Kanye is saying, there's no way in hell he's gonna win. There's no way in hell to get the nomination. I mean, come on, man. Like, and I just like, he reminds me of some people, and my people know what I'm talking about here. There's certain dudes that come up to you and start gibbering and jabbering and saying shit to you, and he's one of them dudes you waiting to walk away or waiting to shut up, because you really don't want to be like, yo man, you just don't even want to go there with him. You just don't, you just, it's better to let them talk and then kind of finish and then kind of like, all right, listen, yo, I gotta go pick my mom's up. Yo, it's cool seeing you though. Yo, keep up on that though. Keep up on that. You can be a genius in one thing and you can be a moron in another. And I'm not calling him a moron. I'm really not calling him a moron, but I'm trying to make, set up some difference here. Sometimes people think just because you're a genius here or you're a genius there, that, you're some kind of god because you're in, the public eye. I think that's the problem with being in the public eye. People tend to think you're more than what they are. You are what they are, but you became famous, well known. You may have earned a lot of money from your personality or your talents, but you're just like them. That's the reason why a politician or a celebrity or even small-time YouTubers like myself, you say certain things, like he gets in way more trouble for saying stuff than a small YouTuber would. But you say something, and the stuff that people would let go, if it was their mother, father, friend, cousin, uncle, boss, co-worker, if they all said it, it might irritate them, it might make them, but they'd still be cool with them, still be their friend, they're not alienating themselves from them. But when you're a celebrity and say it, all of a sudden, it's some extra hoopla. But there are things that you can say as a celebrity and as a quote-unquote regular person that will get people to be like, and what he was saying on his show was, he clearly did not word that right. He clearly did not word that right. And I saw when he walked off of Tim Pool's show, and I'm just like, wait, what? What was that? What, huh? And I'm just like, I feel like he's a mess. I'm like, what? I think here's what I think. Just like Will Smith had his episode, I think Kanye's going through something. It's all mental. It's all mental. Something is wrong upstairs. Something is wrong upstairs. I don't know what it is, but he needs, like, it's like, it's not even funny. Like, I don't watch him and laugh. Like, I watch him and I'm like, oh my God. Like, and he may not be insane, but it feels like I'm watching someone who's mentally insane that's given a platform or got severe mental problems that's been given a platform just because of what they've done in one particular area. Or maybe two areas, music and fashion. But like I said, look, I remember, Bruce Lee was a genius fighter, but I remember hearing his daughter talk about him like, she was like, he wasn't handy. So like if you needed like something screwed in, something hung up, the faucet fixed, this and that, other little things on it, he wasn't handy. He wasn't the hammer and nail man. Like, don't ask him to fix something because he wasn't handy. You see what I'm saying? But then when you hear that, because he's such a god to you, like, wait a minute. Bruce Lee didn't know how to hang pictures? Like, he couldn't hang a picture straight? Okay, yeah, like, he was putting most of his focus into fighting and perfecting his art. So while this man is putting everything into music and fashion, he may not have been putting it into everything else. Everyone's like that. Everyone's got weaknesses and everyone's got strengths. And I think if you're in the public eye, you need to play to your strengths and not your weaknesses. You need to nullify them, push them down as much as possible because people will exploit them. And this is one of them. Like his public speaking skills, he's killing himself with some of the stuff that he's saying. I don't know how good of a person or bad of a person that he is. I've seen plenty of videos on him and other things and conspiracy theory and all these other things, and I don't know about all of that. Maybe not. Who knows? Is this a redemption path? Who knows? I don't know. Is this a forgiveness path? Righting your wrongs? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But all I know, he's calling a lot of attention. People asking me to speak on it. I'm giving you my thoughts on it. And here we are. So, he's a wild boy. And I just, and then there's this whole thing with Kim Kardashian getting $200,000 a month from him for child support when she's a billionaire. I mean, to me, that sounds like, y'all ain't cool. Because a billionaire doesn't need $200,000 a month from anyone to help raise their children. Like, I know what my budget is, and I have take care of her. She makes her own little bit of money from YouTube, but, I take care of everything, and I know what I need to take care of both of us. And I can do that comfortably. You don't need no $200,000 a month to take care of a couple of kids. Like, come on. I don't, man. And I'm hearing like his net worth dropped big time. Like he's no longer a billionaire. I think he's now in the hundreds of millions, which is like, he's still gonna be fine. But, oh God. Somebody help this man. 10 million subscribers. Woo!